What if I told you that Kafka 4.0 just broke its own cardinal rule? You can now have more consumers than partitions. Today, we're diving into share groups because queues are sometimes useful. For years, Kafka's consumer groups have had one iron rule. You can't have more consumers than partitions. This works great for stream processing where order matters. But what if your Black Friday traffic needs to scale now? Or what if you have that one slow consumer processing image thumbnails while everyone else is handling text messages? So with traditional Kafka, 10 partitions meant 10 consumers. However, scaling requires partition rebalancing, which could potentially mean minutes of disruption. And when a slow consumer blocks an entire partition, well, that's just bad news for everyone. So here's where share groups come in. It's Kafka's answer to traditional message queues. 1, consumers can exceed partitions. If you want 50 consumers for 10 partitions, sure. 2, we get cooperative consumption where records go to any available consumer. And 3, there's no strict partition assignment. Think of it like this. Old Kafka was like a supermarket with multiple separate checkout lines, one per partition, each with one dedicated cashier. But now with share groups, it's like having one logical queue that can be served by multiple cashiers from a shared pool. So let's go behind the scenes. Here's what's happening. Records are still stored in partitions, but share groups treat all partitions as a single pool for consumption. So now consumers pull from all partitions simultaneously. The coordinator manages who gets what using the new simple assigner. The best part? You barely need to change your code. With the old way, it's this. You would have traditional consumer groups, and with share groups, it's this. You just change the class. That's literally it. Same properties, same patterns, just use KafkaShareConsumer instead of KafkaConsumer. The polling loop stays exactly the same. Do you notice something interesting? You can still use group.id just like before, but when you use it with KafkaShareConsumer, it automatically creates a shared group instead of a consumer group. Same namespace, different behavior. Oh, and don't forget, you need the Maven dependency for Kafka 4.0. So here are the key numbers to remember. 1, the default maximum consumers per share group is 200, though you can push it up to 1,000. 2, maximum in-flight records per share partition is 200, but that's becoming 2,000 in version 4.1. And 3, the default delivery retry limit is 5 attempts, and the record lock duration is 30 seconds. So there's some trade-offs, but what you gain is pretty awesome. 1, you get scale on demand and can add consumers instantly without touching partitions. 2, you get better latency with no head-of-line blocking. And 3, you get simpler scaling. So what do you lose? Well, ordering is only guaranteed within each batch from a single partition. Exactly what semantics aren't available yet, though they're coming later. And here's the big one. This is not production ready. It's early access only. In fact, Kafka 4.0 requires manual enabling. You need to add these 2 lines to your server config. Also a warning, this is not upgradable. It's for testing only in 4.0. So when should you actually use this? It's perfect for traffic spikes, like think Black Friday or product launches, or those viral moments when your app suddenly gets famous. It's also great for mixed workloads, where some messages take 10 milliseconds, while others take 10 seconds. And the task distribution becomes a breeze. Background jobs, image processing, API calls, they all benefit from this model. And for event processing, where order doesn't matter as much, it just works. But it's not great for everything. For example, are you doing stream processing that requires strict ordering? Well, you should stick with traditional consumer groups. Are you doing financial transactions that need exactly once delivery? Well, you should wait for a future version. How about production systems? You should definitely wait until GA in version 4.2, which is targeted for November 2025. You want to try it out? Here's a 30-second version. 1, just download Kafka 4.0. 2, add those 2 config lines that I mentioned above. 3, start your broker. Use Kafka console share consumer.shell instead of the regular consumer. And 4, then watch multiple consumers handle one partition. That's the magic. In traditional Kafka, this would be impossible. So let's recap. 1, multiple consumers can now share the same partition. There's no more consumer to partition limits. 2, just swap KafkaConsumer for KafkaShareConsumer. That's literally the only code change that's needed. And 3, scale consumers instantly during traffic peaks without touching partitions or dealing with rebalancing chaos. So share groups are like Kafka queues. Coming soon in version 4.1, we'll get a preview release with more stability and higher limits. And then in version 4.2, it will be production ready, targeting for November 2025. And in the future, we're looking at a key-based ordering, exactly one semantics, and dead letter queues. So if you want to test this yourself, check out the Instacluster free trial. I'll put the link in the description below. And if you found this helpful, then subscribe for more videos just like this.